What's good? What's good? We back in the business. Boy, beating the K. Emerald thoughts, man. We got some more Kevin saying yes. We got some more Kevin sayings for y'all today, man. Hey, man. This is an interesting ass title. I don't remember watching this. I don't remember getting any clips of this. So I'm very curious to see what's going on here. Let me see. It's a 40-year-old dominatrix single mom wants to get married and make space babies. This is different. Let's get it.
I am 40 years old.
All right, so we're talking about this whole thing about
Not a bad looking for
emotional labor and women being too tired for relationships. What do you think?
I think that they need to work out and do some squats. I think that they need to get it like get their workout on, no matter their age or their size or their situation. That's
okay.
She giving me real herbalist spiritual vibes. Like, she gonna talk your ear off vibes.
Well, now I want you to understand that a lot of the women I'm talking about work out. It's not a matter of them being physically tired.
Mentally
First,
tired?
yes.
Okay.
Emotional labor. Men's complaints today are women don't act like women.
I'd agree.
They don't, that's the emotion, the femininity. Maybe men have an imprecise way of saying it. Do you realize that, look at women today. Do most women walk around looking like they're light?
No, they look like they're heavy, like they have a lot on their mind. They look like
So what does it have to do with working
out?
They
don't
what does it
smile.
have to do with working? So what does it have? So what is going to the gym if they
Rest in bitch face. I was kind of talking about that earlier, or a few days ago. It's definitely a representation of you being in your head and not being present in the moment. Because it's like, I can understand having it in certain situations, but like if you're in a social setting or a work setting and things like that, you have to be present in knowing that you come off a certain way. Because I remember like a dude was at work. I'm focused. We're at work in a warehouse. This is kind of like counter against what I got to say. But even then I understood that I should have smiled. A dude asked for my help. He was like, can you just help me real quick? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then he ended up saying like, oh, that wasn't nothing, right? It was just one pallet. It was light. I was like, oh yeah, it wasn't nothing. But I thought, oh damn, I'm mugging like a hoe. He probably thinking this nigga don't never want to. He don't. I should never ask him for help again. And I smiled. I'm like, oh shit, because like you gotta be present in yourself and how you may come off a lot of times. I know when I look focused or when I'm thinking, I could come off a certain way or aggressive. So you got to be just a little more present about yourself and understanding how you may come off, how your body language may come off, depending on how maybe your body size, shit or anything. Like you never know. Like I'm a big dude, so I can be intimidating. I know that, but it's a time and a place when you should be like straight up focused and have rest in bitch face is what I'm trying to say.
They already go to the gym. See, what do you do for a living?
I'm a doula, and I moonlight as a dominatrix. And I happen to have a situation where I also take care of people in different like as a doula, it's not just that I'm in the birth room. I could be taking care of people because they're dealing with cancer or all kinds of things. But
you don't have a job to go to that you got to report to 8 to 5 every day.
No, I work for myself. Yeah.
When was the last time you had to do that, if ever?
A long time ago. Yeah, and when I'm not doing that, I'm a broadcaster and I'm an actress.
Okay, but when was the last time you had to have the punch a clock?
I can't even remember. Maybe. Well, as an actress, I punch a clock if I'm on set.
No, that's not the same.
No, it's not the same. No.
So you're not even talking about a world that you live in.
I live here.
No, you don't live in the world. Okay, ma'am, you're a doula and a creative. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
But you don't have women who heard you say all this shit gonna say, who the hell is this chick? She don't even have a job. She don't have budgets and a staff. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
But I need you to time out. Okay.
You gotta understand. You're talking about something that you have. Do you understand their world?
Well, these are my clients who come to me for
Do
getting
you
pregnant.
understand their world?
I see their world. I'm
Do
in
you
their
understand?
world.
Do you no? You service them. Do you understand their world?
I've left
You don't.
them.
No, you don't understand their world. So
I
you
don't
don't
want
understand their world. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
whether you want to. And this is one of the problems that women have with even when they look at my content, they think we don't get it. So you can't just talk at people and tell them what they need to do if you don't understand their world. You don't have a job, a structured job where you got to get to. So where do you come telling them that they need to work out? And I told you that these women work out. A lot of these women work out to go to work. They're not. I was just talking to two very accomplished women who were in great shape.
Because they can also learn something from the spiritual woman, the artist woman, to be a feminine woman. And so even though they're not looking at me as a certain way, these are the same women who are knocking at my door, asking me to teach them how to be, softer and more gentle and have movement in their bodies. Because even though I'm working out, I might just do weights, but I'm also doing yoga, or I'm doing a spiritual meditation.
Are you married? Are you single or are you married?
I'm single.
Any children?
Yes, one daughter.
How old is your daughter?
She's 16. She travels and she does a lot of things, and she's my mom's travel companion, and she speaks 3 different languages. And
all right. And who's funding that? You?
Well, my mom and I, we have our own business as holistic practitioners, and we support people in rejuvenation of the body.
I called it. I know she was an herbalist.
In cells.
Okay, so no, I'm just gonna say most people will listen to what you're saying. They would call it a very liberal kind of way of living, very hands up. Most people can't live like that, man. Okay.
I grew up in
homes.
I was homeschooled.
Okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, you're not in a relationship.
True.
So these women want relate. No, see, what I'm trying to get you to understand is you can still be right and be wrong. You're not in a relationship. Mm-hmm. You don't have a job. No. Do you want to be a wife?
Absolutely. Yes, I do. And I cook and I clean.
Why do you want to be a wife?
Because I want to raise a family. I love teaching my daughter other languages. I love homeschooling her. I love teaching her about the world and the planet and how her role in it, and be able to create a legacy so I can have children that can take on this world and be able to passionately, I'm just plugging in my phone, and just be able to passionately take a stance and do their part. I don't want to be the kind of I'm just
okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll let you go on for almost 30 seconds. And you didn't say a goddamn thing about a man.
That's why I started seeing.
I would support my husband by being able to make sure that.
No. Stop. You just ran off at the mouth talking about you want to have a daughter and teaching her about the sun, the moon, the stars, the broccoli and the kale. And you didn't say one flipping thing about what you're going to do for a man.
Well, I already know what I figured that. Okay, you want to know? I'll tell you. So what I want to do for my man is
without a man, there's no marriage.
I understand that.
I want you guys to understand how many times I talk to women about being wives, and I ask them why they want to be wives. And the first thing they start talking about is what they want out of it. They skip right past the men. Men don't exist.
Men do exist.
Where's your child's father? Why didn't you guys marry?
Well, my daughter's father and I didn't marry because he was physically abusive.
Then why did you give him a baby?
What happened was, honestly, I met him. We weren't together very long. I got pregnant, and I realized that he had a whole family that I didn't know about, and I left him because I watched.
Let's not get too deep into.
I just left. I left. That's it. And I raised my
daughter. In all fairness, why should women listen to what you have to say?
I think
that's what women are going to ask. That's what they're going to ask. Because you said these are the same women who come to ask you questions. So tell ladies why they should listen to what you have to say.
Well, that was many years.
Yeah, that's a great question because a lot of times women like to just spew off and give advice to other women, and they have really no real credence or logic based on these things. Like, for example, she has a horrible dating history, and even her giving the child to a man was questionable. She had no idea of his character, didn't really know him that long, and still decided to have a baby with him. Then she goes on to say briefly just there, it's like, oh, it happened a long time ago. Well, why haven't you like been like into another successful relationship and been married by now then if you're 40? Like, that's the logic there. And I don't think she's gonna have an answer for that.
Years ago, and my daughter is 16 now, and where I've taken my time to study a lot of different courses, from mastery over sex to sex therapy.
Why should women listen to you about relationships?
I'm saying, this is what I'm saying, and the reason why is because, no, I am not married, but what I do know is this. I do know that there is a set of rules that reside inside of a family to be that backbone of a man, and where to have his back. And so this way he can go to work.
When was the last time you were in a relationship?
I like I said, I moonlight as a dominatrix, so I do have.
When was the last time you were in a relationship?
These are relationships. I don't know if you.
When was the last time you? No. When was the last time you were in a relationship that mirrored a marriage?
Mirrored a marriage? I haven't been. No.
Man, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, that doesn't mean I'm not successful at supporting.
Let me judge.
Not the well, like you can't rebuttal that. Then she's gonna. Well, that means I know this. No, like if you don't know what you're talking about, there's no but. That's crazy.
Doesn't mean you don't have an opinion.
No, that doesn't mean I don't have success.
Man, listen.
And let's just speak on like the fact that she's a dominatrix. Like, you know, she's gonna have a dominant personality type. That's why Kevin asked, when's the last time you was in an actual relationship that resembled a real marriage, which was you're the submissive, he's the dominant. And she hasn't been, because her mindset and her mentality is going to be reflective of a dominatrix. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to cut that off. We talk about how a lot of our women get masculine just for being in the workforce and being having to get it out the mud. Nigga, she's she's literally the epitome of a masculine woman. A dominatrix you don't really get no more masculine than that. That's why I kind of was like, when we talked about Gabrielle Union and what she liked to do and how she was kind of proud of that. That's the little dominatrix vibe, if we really being real. So, probably even a step higher than dominatrix, because I don't know if dominatrix necessarily fuck men like Gabrielle Union is proud to be doing. So, yeah, I just don't see how she's going to be able to get into a successful relationship when she's going to be having that dominant energy and that questionable sex life. What man, because she's pretty open about it. She's talking in public about it. So I'm pretty sure she's going to tell her man about it. Like, what man is going to really want to, like, take her seriously? Like, that's damn near like dating a porn star.
May I ask you a question, Kevin?
No, you can listen. I've let you speak rather freely. Okay? You come on there telling women what they should do. Okay. And I'm just asking, I need you to shut the French toast up for a second.
Okay.
You're not dominating shit here.
I'm not trying to.
I'm trying to get you to understand, man, is when women, we're talking about a subject I think is very serious.
I just wonder, like, I mean, I know her grandma kind of takes care of her daughter. That's what I kind of got from what she was saying earlier. Man, I wonder how that daughter's going to turn out when she has a mom this, like, weird and awkward, like, and, like, the mentalities that she have. Like, I hope the daughter don't pick any of that up, but if she does, oh my God, it's going to be, like, the most toxic, like, feminist woman ever. Like, she's just going, like, she would be like the one, like, Neo of feminism. Her daughter, if like she took on her mentality, oh my fucking goodness.
Me too.
And I'm just trying to, okay, but you don't have, you're not in a relationship, you don't have a job, you've never been married, you're telling women what they need to do, and then they're going to say, why should we listen to you? and you haven't said why they should listen to you, and you say you want to get married, and I'm like, you one of these earthy kind of chicks.
What's wrong with being earthy?
Nothing except the outcomes. You, your mama, and the kid. No man, no nothing.
No, they're airmen. You didn't let me
finish. You got men that you beat.
My mom is no. I did
you got
not
men
say,
that you beat.
I
You're
did not say.
I mean, for facetious, you're a dominatrix.
I didn't say I beat anybody. That didn't. Say
okay, ma'am. You look here.
I didn't beat anybody.
Let me dominatrix on you. But bottom line is, ma'am, what kind of marriage do you? What kind of? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I can do this without you. What kind of marriage would you like? How would a marriage look in your world? How about that?
A marriage in my world would be more so that I prefer the man to be dominant and take the lead. I honestly do want that. I desire.
Does he go to work every day?
If that's what supports the family role, yeah, for sure.
Are you going to support the family, or is he going to support the family?
No, both. I create products, and I have a product line that I work with.
And you how old again?
I am 40 years old.
And you said you want more children?
I want one more child, yes.
Do your mother live with you?
Yeah, my mom actually.
So you expect a man to come marry a 40-year-old woman who and have her mama live there with a 16-year-old at trials?
I didn't say all that. I support.
Where's your mama gonna live?
My mom lives in her own house. This is my house.
I said, does your mama live with you? That's what I asked.
Oh, no, she does not live in my home. No.
All right, because I thought you said, okay.
No, we have our own separate houses.
Okay, let's back up. 40 years old. You want to be married?
Yes.
All right. Not really a traditional kind of marriage setup, though.
A traditional kind of marriage?
Yeah, with her gender roles.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't think that a woman being dominant means that she has to be domineering. I think that she has to guide the ship. In other words, be a person who's ready to take on what the husband says as the lead and be able to delegate.
So you think you can be a dominatrix and a wife at the same time?
Well, I think maybe dominatrix has a terminology for you that you're putting.
I just asked, ma'am. I'm just asking.
There are different roles.
I asked you, could you be a wife and a dominatrix?
Okay. So, aside from being a dominatrix,
just answer that question. I just used what the French toast word you use.
The word
can you be a wife?
Dominant.
Can you be a wife and a dominatrix?
I think what's coming.
Why she can't answer that fucking question? That's baffling right now. The answer is no. The answer is no, because you're basically a sex worker, and you want to be a sex worker and a wife, essentially. And does she think she can continue doing it as a wife, or even get anyone of a real value even take you serious as a wife? Like, I don't, brother. If I'm a successful man, and she's so open about her life, we're going to be at certain parties and conversations where she's going to get to talking about her life and her past life and what she does or still wants to do. I can't have that coming up and amongst my peers that my girl's a dominatrix. They're going to be looking at me like she do it to me. Even if she don't, like, bro, that's like, oh, that's the type of girl you like? The answer is no. You cannot be a wife and even have the past of a dominatrix. Especially if you're proud and going to be telling the world about it. Like, fuck no.
May I be completely honest? I want to answer your question, but I want to...
It's possible, but I don't see a serious man taking, like, even making that an option for his life. Maybe some, like, duet or some simp or some shit like that. But some dweeb, but no, not a real, like, man of value or self-respect. Like, no.
To be completely honest, the word dominatrix has many different looks.
The word, I don't care, man. You use the word. You didn't provide a thesaurus. I'm just asking, can you be the word you used in a wife?
If that's what my husband prefers, there's a lot of men.
The answer is yes or no.
Yes, there are men who request to have that kind of.
So now she's just making up shit because he asked earlier, do you want a dominant man? Or she even said she would want to be in a dominant man in traditional roles. Those type of men would not want to be in a dominant role. The men that she speaks of that, yes, prefers that wouldn't be in a traditional role. Stop it. So she's chaotic. And Kevin was good at calling this out. Like this, I feel like this one of those Patrice O'Neal moments when he called out that girl in the crowd. It's like, he was speaking to her earlier before this clip started, but he seen this shit coming from a mile away. To even ask that question, like, why should you be speaking to other women or for other women or giving advice to other women, is like he nailed that on the fucking head, because her life is filled with chaos, and it's clear to see as this clip kept rolling. But let's see if there's anything left here.
Experience with me, and yes, they are.
No, not your husband. I mean, can you still be a dominatrix and a wife?
Dominatrix doesn't mean I have to do that with many people. It's just with one person.
So, in other words, this is why
I would like to be a dominatrix with my husband, but I do not.
So she wants to be like, she's chaotic, bro. She's literally contradicted herself a few times in this, like, without even caring, like, just unapologetically, just contradicting herself, like.
Yeah, that's
I
nice.
have fun games in the bedroom privately,
right?
But do I want to do that?
Ma'am, no, okay, ma'am. Most men who go looking for wives aren't looking for these new age relationships. They're just not. The world you live in sounds like a complete joke to most people. I'm not casting any judgment. I'm really not. But the way you're talking, ma'am, I need you to.
I would clarify what he meant, or what I think he meant. It's a joke when you talk about one that being a real relationship or a marriage. Now, to live your life and maybe to build a certain amount of finances off of it, if you're smart, cool, go ahead and do it. I mean, that's your independent single woman shit. But to think that you can attract a man of value that's going to really even give you that option of being a wife is kind of crazy. And that's what I would believe he's saying is laughable.
I let you speak. Now let me speak. I'm on a show talking about a topic, and you don't have a job. Talking about what women need to do about their job.
I do have a job.
All right, I need. You say one more thing to cut me off, and I'm going to bid you a good night.
They clarified earlier that she don't have a regular 9-to-5 or typical job. She's a creator.
Can you control yourself? Thank you. All I'm saying, ma'am, is your world is very small and niche. And I'm trying to understand how what you're saying is going to be helpful to anybody outside of your world. Tell the women what you have that you can give them that's going to help them in their existence, not yours.
It depends on where the woman is coming from. I don't know where all of your. I don't.
Well, thanks for summing up what he just said. Where you're coming from is not relatable. So when you say depending on where the woman is coming from, she would have to be coming from your lifestyle. He literally just said that. But that's been it, man. She definitely was a nutcase. And I didn't really get why he was asking her. I kind of felt that it was like a little, just a little off. But I wasn't. He was levels ahead on this one. I'm not gonna lie. When he called it and saying, why do you think you should be giving women advice? Because once we got into her lifestyle and the decisions that she made and continue to do, oh no, she's fried. But this was a good one, man. This was a weird one, but it was a good one, man. But thank y'all for watching and liking and subscribing. Stay tuned. Peace.